Water safety education in the schools at all grade levels is a dream. We know that talking to kids in pre-K about water safety and developing safer behaviors around water is a different message than kids that are in high school, where we might be talking about being safer in open water, those kinds of things. But there are definitely barriers. In public education, there's a lot of things that teachers are trying to fit into the instruction time that they have during the day. So they have to teach to the standardized test, to the STAR test. They have to meet certain things. And so asking them to do something in addition is always met with, it's difficult. You know, they already have a long list. So what we are trying to do, especially with our Water Safety with Colin and Friends curriculum, which is designed for pre-K through first grade, is to line it up with the knowledge and skills, the TEKS, across the state. So if you are a science teacher and you need to talk about buoyancy, we can talk about water safety, because if you take an orange and it's in a peel, it's like it's wearing a life jacket, it'll float. If you take the peel off, which is taking the life jacket off, it'll sink. So then you can teach about science and buoyancy. Or another example would be there are some knowledge and skills in physical education, jumping, skipping, hopping, things like that, that teachers have to teach in PE. So we can line that up and do water safety hopscotch or something, and it meets something the teachers are already trying to accomplish, but adds water safety, and that's the vehicle that they're using, is something that they're going to have to teach. And we've found that you can knock down some barriers, because certainly, I mean, teachers have a limited amount of time in the classroom, and asking them to do water safety on top of everything else that they're doing can be challenging. So we just try to understand where teachers are and make it easy for them. So our curriculum that we can use teachers to teach it, or in Corpus Christi, we have middle school kids, a leadership class teaching kindergartners. So looking and understanding where teachers and educators are coming from and all they have to fit into the day, and then working with them to say, hey, let's add water safety because it can save lives, but we understand that we're asking a lot of you. So we try to knock those down. I mean, that's probably the biggest barrier. When we want to add swim lessons to the equation, which we love, we come into things like transportation and, again, taking kids out of the school building, and we can do that sometimes, but that's sometimes a barrier too. So our goal is to work with educators the best that we can, because we know if we reach kids in the classroom or in the school building, and we can send parent and caregiver education home with them, then we can reach parents and children, which is so essential in water safety. We've got to do both. We can't just educate kids, and we can't just educate parents and caregivers. We have to wrap it all around.